So, how you going, YouTube? Look, I haven't done videos for a while. I've sort of been stuck in a bit of an upload. Well, it's sort of been a combination of upload stuff, and I've also been trying to work out some problems with my own computer. I've been having some initial problems where everything wasn't working, and that basically came down to being a Windows 10 driver issue. But I also found out that my cooler is starting to fail very slowly, or my CPU cooler is very, be it very haphazardly, it's slowly failing onto. Well, it's just slowly failing, and the normal temperature range that I'm getting at the moment is not actually what my temperature range should be for this type of cooler. So yeah, I'm a little concerned about it. I was worried about it. So basically, I thought, bugger it, I'll get a new cooler. So that's pretty much what I did. I got a new cooler. That was all good. Fix that up. If I can open it up. There we go. The temperatures are just not what I expect them to be. What I've done, though, or what I'm doing, is I'm getting a smaller cooler because the case that I've got at the moment can't really accommodate the radiator that I've got in there. And I was thinking, screw it, it's still the same radiator. It's basically it isn't a Neptune or a Neptune. I think they call it a Neptune. Sorry, a Neptune cooler, but it's the 140 mm. It's a 140 millimeter version still. But it's a smaller radiator. It's one that actually would go in the side of you. The exhaust out the back of the case instead out of the top. I mean, you could probably have it out the top if you really wanted to. But what I've done anyway with that, pretty much, is I've ordered that and I'm waiting on it to be delivered this week. I don't know whether don't know exactly when it's going to arrive. It's sort of estimated date. I didn't really put too much express postage on it, so it wasn't a major rush. But, I mean, my temperatures are up and down, fluctuations are sort of in and out and stuff like that. And I basically had a lot of, well, look, okay, the Windows 10 upgrade for me didn't go that smooth. Not so bad for my dad. My dad's computer was excellent. His went fine. His was absolutely spectacular, in fact. His was quite quick, actually. His really went through pretty quickly, and I was pretty happy with the end result of it. And I honestly did enjoy getting Windows 10 on that. And I really did. I absolutely loved it. But the thing that pissed me off, I guess to this extent or this point, at the end of it, I'm thinking, okay, hold on a second. Some of the things I had some weird issues too with the bench computer, or the workbench computer, where basically the CD-ROM drive just disappeared from Windows and would not fucking come back, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? And it sort of drove me nuts, so I got some new CD-ROMs, ordered some new CD-ROMs and parts and stuff in that week, and I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck, seriously, it was driving me nuts. So I fixed that up, put some new stuff in there, got some new power boards for my room as well, just because I felt they were needed at the time. I also got a chip drive that actually, well, the previous chip drive didn't work, so I got a chip drive to go with the current laptop that I'm trying to work on. Got that for that laptop. That laptop works. It's installed, it's fixed, and it's done. Okay, so now I'm basically trying to sell the laptop, a desktop, plus the other desktop, which I actually switched out one of my old monitors, which was one of my old Samsung monitors. It was a 27-inch old one. I swapped that out for the little one that I've got, the little monitor, because to be honest, I just felt it wasn't doing the justice in the sense of like desktop space. I just didn't feel like I had as much space, sort of thing, and it was just, oh god, I don't know. These last few weeks have been an absolute shithouse, and it's been annoying me in the sense of, okay, things breaking down or things just randomly breaking down. That's been the most annoying part. I've been trying to get things to work properly, but then, I mean, you know, things have stuff's going to break down, but I mean, most of it's been related to the new Windows 10 upgrade. Something's happened, like I've upgraded and it's ended up killing a piece of hardware on the system. No idea why it killed the piece of hardware, but apparently it does, or it did. I also had a problem with one of my dad's digital cameras, which didn't want to recognize either. So I'm thinking down to it was probably just some Windows 10 teething issues that they didn't sort of initially address when Windows was up until the point that Windows was released. And I'm sort of sitting there and I'm thinking to myself, oh my fucking god. It was a lot of bother. On top of that, I can't play my damn games in 4K, which is another thing that's fucking annoying the shit out of me. Which, to be honest, it honestly annoys me and makes me want to slit some fucking technicians' throats and fucking Microsoft for not actually looking at this stuff. At the end of it, I'm sitting there and I'm thinking to myself, did nobody test or do anything with this stuff? I mean, at the end of it, there's a certain degree of testing that goes into things. But, I mean, basically some of the mistakes that they made with Windows 8 were, I had this weird cursor thing which would bring up, instead of bringing up a @ sign, it would bring up a random speech, something like just like a speech mark or a question. I don't know. It bring up some stupid thing that wasn't even an @ sign. That's my point. It bring up something that wasn't even an @ sign, and I'm sitting there and I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck? That's the exact same problem that Windows 8 when they first started implementing Windows 8. I'm like, well, they've gone back to the fucking drawing board with that now, haven't they? And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking to myself and think, well, what the fuck? Seriously, people? I don't know. Sorry, it just. So, I fixed up that. I fixed up everything else. I reinstalled the drive. I've managed to get my Workbench computer working properly now. My Workbench computer is working fantastic, by the way, now. Everything's just absolutely fantastic on my Workbench computer. I've got the computer that I've currently trying to sell working a lot better too. I've got that laptop working better. I had a MacBook Pro, well, not MacBook, it was just a MacBook that I was trying to fix up, and that was taking a few weeks because I couldn't work out how to, I sort of being able to reset the password and everything else. Got the password reset, got everything reset for that, and away we went, and whoop-de-dee, it fucking works. I mean, everything, everything started to fall into place lately, but the last few weeks, or probably a few weeks or so, it's just been absolute crap in the sense of, like, from this Windows 10 upgrade, some things went really, really well, and then some things just absolutely shit themselves and didn't work at all. I've still got a couple of things, and still got teething issues and obviously problems that are happening, which I have to wait and see if these get fixed in updates, obviously, at a later date. At this point, I'm just sitting there and I'm thinking to myself, okay, hold on a second. I mean, they're supposed to have listened to their consumers, I don't know. Anyway, okay, I admit, my hardware is enthusiast grade stuff, so what my hardware is not going to be the same as, it's not going to be the freaking same as someone else's enthusiast grade hardware sort of thing, And I'm sitting there and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, serious. Like, I'm just going, wow, seriously? What the fuck? Yeah. So it's been an absolute crapper of a week. Last few weeks. Since doing the upgrades initially and doing the upgrade to Windows 10, it's just been absolutely abysmal with some of the things that have been happening. Random shutdowns, random this and that, And just random stuff that you would not expect to happen. And some of the random stuff is just stuff out of the order of what normally would happen with Windows or what normally would happen with a computer. And at first I thought it was hardware faults, and no, I put it down to the fact that because I'm lucky enough to have a fucking 4K monitor at this point in time, I have to deal with the fact that the drivers for 4K on Windows 10 don't really work as well as you would have expected. I mean, you would have expected if people were going to buy 4K, I don't know. Like, I'm sorry, I'm a little bit annoyed with Microsoft. And I mean, I personally wasn't actually in part of the insider program, so I couldn't say that I had a say about it. But thinking now, maybe I should become part of the insider program, and maybe that'll be beneficial in the long run if I do that. But I did have some initial teething issues with it. My dad's computer and a few other computers in the house went pretty well. They went fine. They actually worked. I had fantastic, they were fantastically functional. Most of the computers I'm coming across in the house are functioning pretty well with it. But then I have these other computers which I'm like, what the fuck? So yeah. At the end of it, I've come to the conclusion that shit's going to happen, and that's just the way it is, and life does ultimately not always go down the path you'd expect it to go down. And sometimes you don't always get what you want out of life. But that's the sad truth, but it's still annoying, and it's still annoying that these things could have been avoided if they just, taken a little more care with releasing it. And I personally think, because I was hearing a couple of rumours off people, and I was hearing a few rumours from different people, plus, other technical forums as well, that the drivers and things, certain things were not ready for Windows 10 when it on its release. They just wanted to get it out as quickly as possible because they wanted to. It's sort of almost like they were actually beta testing it on the people anyway, just to see what exactly kicks back and what doesn't kick back. Now, I have nothing against that, but I still think it's a little bit dodgy to do that to people in general, and I don't know, as I said, it's not too bad. General the desktop use part of it, the monitoring, you know, like the actual desktop part of it, this part of it, yeah, it all works. Don't get me wrong, it feels okay, and it actually works, and it works with the drivers I expect it to work with. But I had initial problems with my sound drivers not working properly, and those dying in the arse, and yeah, it was just special. And then I finally to find out that what basically is wrong with my 4K is I can't get my 4K working because I've turned my resolution back to 1440p and everything was fucking working. I'm like, well, okay, what the fuck? And then I had to fucking argue with my fucking ISP for a fucking week, which gave me the fucking absolute shits, and I wanted to strangle somebody at my fucking ISP, to be truthful. Trying to get that fucking fixed was like pulling teeth and fucking, you know, plenty of other shit. And I mean, I hate to piss and moan and whinge about shit, but I mean, to be honest, there's been a lot of shit to definitely get me cranky and get me pissed off at this point in time. So, at the end of it, I don't think there's anything wrong with me getting a little pissed off about the situation and getting annoyed. Because, personally, it could have all been avoided, and these things could have been fixed, you know, or some of these things could have been fixed initially. And there's also something I don't like in the Windows 10 Mail app. Windows 10 Mail app works okay, that's not the problem. It doesn't have a junk button, so I can just say things are not junk. It has an archive button, which, I don't know. Unless I'm totally missing the space and not actually seeing the fucking junk button, which I don't think that's the case, because I would have pretty much noticed it, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, these are a few of the things that are pissing me off, and this is my little bit of a rant about Windows 10 and the problems I've had to deal with as a technician in the last few weeks. Some things have been great. Some parts of it were great, and some parts of it just went really well and went through like that snap, and you're done. But then other parts were just like absolute shithouse. All right, and then okay, on top of the other factors as well that's annoying me is the other factor that there's sort of a spyware system built into Windows a little more than there used to be. And to be honest, I think that's a little dodgy of Windows to do something like that. But saying that, I don't have anything against Windows 10 as a program, as an operating system. It's good. It's pretty solid. It's solid. It feels solid. It feels good. It doesn't feel crappy. I can deal with it. It functions okay, and yeah, no major issues with it. But I mean, at the end of it, the truth is, there's just a couple of little teething issues I have because I have enthusiast grade hardware that has made it just, it made it unbearable at the time to sort of be able to do the upgrades and things like that, and just, oh my god. And then, in that space of a week, my internet slowed down to a fucking crawl. I don't know whether it was just part of the fact that everybody was downloading fucking Windows 10 in Australia, or whether it was just the fact that my internet was running like shit as per fucking usual, or something of that nature. I don't know, to be honest, my internet has been running it's not running too bad now, but it's getting better. It's getting better than it was. It was much fucking worse last time. It's actually progressively got better. But the problem is I'm still pissed off with my ISP because they call my fucking dad and not me, and I'm the IT person in the fucking house, and they don't even have the common courtesy to call me when they've got my fucking mobile number. I'm sorry, it's just, to me, that's just bullshit, and there's no excuse for that shit. I'm sorry, there's no excuse in my mind. I mean, okay, we all skip to things, we all do things. I mean, we make mistakes, but Jesus motherfucking Christ, I swear there's been more mistakes in this entire fucking, few weeks now. Just coming across some of just even tradies and, just companies, in general. There's been more mistakes that I've seen on board with different companies these days. Just of late, just these last few weeks or so, things have been very negative and just, it's almost like it's all fallen into a fucking pit or something like that. And as I said, it's just driving me nuts. I'm sitting there and I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck? I mean, seriously, as somebody who's an enthusiast, who does the enthusiast grade hardware and upgrades on a regular basis and does a lot of this stuff, I don't know. I just don't think I should have to put up with half the shit that I put up with. I mean, I don't know. As a technician, as a qualified technician who tries to do his job properly, And I always do my job properly when it comes to building my machines and doing my stuff. And I'm always very efficient at my job. I'm always very good at my job. At the end of it, it pisses me off when I see these companies trying to fucking... Oh, yeah. They're trying to cut corners. And it pisses me off to see them cut the fucking corners when they do. So, in the end, that's my bit of a Windows 10 sort of rant, I guess you could say. What I'm pretty much defining, or what I'm pretty much trying to put across, is the actual operating system, pretty solid. It's not a bad operating system, don't get me wrong. It's not as if I hate it. I can't fault it. I can fault it for some things in the sense of like my hardware, being able to interact with my hardware. Like, for example, I have two 770s in SLI, and I'm trying to run fucking 4K monitor, and that almost comes to a grinding halt because I can't fucking play games in 4K because they crash half the time, or you know, I actually get on fucking... I actually get a game to go... I try to run a game on 4K, which is some games it will run. There's a game will run about 5 minutes and then it'll fucking crash. Then I've had other games which I've tried to play, like for example GTA 5. I'll play that on fucking 4K and it completely kills the screen. Like, the screen just turns off and my computer literally turns... Not just turns... My computer doesn't turn off. My computer just completely... The display adapter literally loses sync with everything else and just, you know... Yeah, it's fucked up. Some fucked up shit right there. And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking to myself, holy fuck-a-molly. I mean... You would think that they would take into consideration that people would be playing on 4K, because 4K is trying to become the most common resolution these days. You think they'd take a little consideration into it, they take a little mindful note into it? No, it seems fucking not, and it seems they not fucking care anyway. But my point is, it still pisses me off that I'm trying to get all this shit fixed, I'm trying to get all this stuff done, and my productivity falls through the fucking roof. Because I'm trying to get... Oh, okay, one, my productivity falls through the roof because of my fucking internet. Two, it falls through the fucking roof because I'm trying to fucking... I'm trying to fucking use my... I'm trying to use my computer, which isn't quite giving me what I expect to fucking have. And... just, wow. Fuck me, I swear to God. I hate to swear a lot, but it's fucking true. I hate to be a bit of a Darrow with some of this shit, but I mean, I'll be honest. It just does give me the complete shit, some of the stuff that I've had to deal with the Windows 10 launch. And it all coincides with the Windows 10 launch. I mean, okay, I've had a couple of things happen in the past few weeks that haven't been related to that. But I've also had stuff that's just leading up to that Windows 10 launch. And, like, I don't know, as I said, I wasn't a real Windows insider, so I probably didn't have a lot of say in everything they did. But, oh my God, I don't know, just some things are annoying the fuck out of me at this point. Not everything, but there's little things now that Windows needs to fix. Obviously, they're going to fix them, but I'm still... I'm sorry, just... So I'm just going to leave it there for now. I'm going to say that shit happens, life happens, and unfortunately life sometimes just chucks shit at you. It chucks feces at you from every direction. Anyway, thank you very much, YouTube. I'll catch you, and please stay tuned for more YouTube videos. More to come when I get everything fixed up on my computer. Okay, sorry about that, YouTube. I had to fix myself up because I was feeling a bit blah. My stomach was a bit growly and shit. So I'm good now, but my point is, yes, I fully had to have a rant about Windows 10. Because, as I said, not a lot of shit was ready when you expected it to be ready. Things could have been a lot... They could have been... The procedures and everything... I mean, no, things could have been run a lot better. I mean, I did force the update, admittedly, when I did it. So, I mean, I don't know whether, that was a good thing or a bad thing. But, I mean, at the end of it, it should have been ready for most of this stuff. And most of it worked out pretty well. But, there was initial teething issues with my update and me trying to do my update. I pretty much ended up doing a clean install on my system, which everything still worked after my clean install, but it still pisses me off that I had to do that clean install to sort of get things working. Now, at the end of it, I still have shit that is not working on my system, which is pretty much related to my fucking video cards. At the end of it, I'm going to blame NVIDIA for that one, sort of in combination with video and Windows. Basically, NVIDIA's drivers were just not ready to fucking do 4K gaming, which sort of annoyed the fuck out of me, to be truthful. I don't know why, but yeah, apparently that was the whole run on it anyway. But my point that I'm trying to make, and the point I'm trying to get across to you, I'm trying to get the point across to you, is that this stuff wasn't ready, even for the production level, you know what I mean? Like, to sort of say, well, okay, Windows is now released, and what the fuck? And, like, trying to, it was just a big rigmarole to do anything. But, okay, these are basically the issues I had. The few computers I did have in the house, I ended up, my laptop was fine. Workbench computer was okay. My computer had some teething issues. It's got these game issues, which I'm trying to work out now. I still have to replace a cooler on my computer. That had nothing to do with it, but it was still annoying that it happened in the same fucking week I'm trying to do everything. So, at this point, I've ended up saying, okay, that's done, that's cool. I've fixed that up, that's cool. That should all be in alignment now. So, what I've ended up doing, I've got those computers working anyway. I've got the bench computer working, I've got my computer working, I've got my dad's computer working. My dad's computer was pretty smooth, it was straightforward. Jacob's computer, yeah, not too bad. I'm pretty sure he went pretty well with his. The only thing is his internet adapter stopped working when he initially did the upgrade. So, yeah, but we fixed that anyway, just installed the driver. But my point is, and the point that I'm trying to make to people is that these sort of things shouldn't have happened first off the bat. You know, they shouldn't. I don't know. As I said, they shouldn't have been that way, and it shouldn't have been. I don't know. I just think that they could have handled the launch better, to be truthful. And I mean, not that I have anything against the operating system, don't get me wrong, it's not a bad operating system, and I'm quite impressed with some of the features so far. I'm sort of interested in some of the features they have done. I mean, they've wrangled a lot of these settings and stuff, and from where they used to be in control panel, they pretty much put them here, in this area here. So I mean, okay, this is cool, that's alright, I'll muck around with some of these anyway. They seem okay, but I mean, at the same time, a few of the settings, like if you want a local account specifically, to create a local account, you actually have to go pretty much looking for that type of stuff, like sign in with a local account instead. You know, I mean, there's a few features and obviously things you got to look for, but I mean, comparison to what they used to be, like, they've changed fundamentally most things. I mean, they haven't changed every single thing about Windows. It's not all bad, but initially when they were doing stuff with, for example, you know, initially when they were doing stuff with, what was it, well, I don't know, I haven't mucked around with Katana much because I haven't actually turned that on. Then you got the privacy factor as well, like you can turn security features off and everything else, and like, you know, if you don't want particular things given out to them and specific stuff like that. And I mean, okay, at the end of it, I've got enough security software and things like that on here that I don't need to fucking, I don't need specifics on the things, but I mean, at the end of it, what have we got? I mean, look, some of this stuff's okay. Look, I'm not arguing it's all bad, but some of it, yeah, some of it I've just gone, okay, hold on a second, like, what the fuck, seriously? Some of these things are okay, some of this stuff works, and I mean, most of the features are easy to muck around with anyway, and I started mucking around with it, and I started to learn it straight off the bat, when I was running the operating system, and most of it's pretty simple to get along with, and most of it's pretty easy to get along with, so, you know. Let's get back to there. But I mean, then you got the general accounts tabs. You got the, you know, I mean, you got tons of stuff. But I've also come to the conclusion that, you know, some of this stuff is not required either. I mean, you can turn off some of those privacy pages, which, you know, monitors your mic and monitors all the other stuff on your computer. Because, I mean, at the end of it, I am a paranoid person by nature, so I'm the type of person who turns those type of features off sometimes. Or some of the features, anyway. I don't turn every single feature off, but at least a percentage of them that I don't fully want. But, I mean, you got fucking, oh, it's there. There's lock screens and themes and shit. All the Windows themes and everything else work with everything, so that's good. The actual start menu looks pretty good. I'm pretty impressed. The weather app is pretty cool. I've been pretty impressed with that. I'm impressed. Okay, I'm impressed with the weather app. I'm liking the weather app. I don't like the mail app because there's a few features missing, because it doesn't seem to be as advanced as the Windows 8.1 version was. There's a few features that are missing that I did really like in Windows 8.1 that I'd rather have back. And then we got birthday and calendars and everything else. Photo checking and everything, you know, the Microsoft Store's okay, that's pretty good. General, groove music and all this stuff. I don't really, I mean, I don't really use that. I use iTunes. But, money, news, all this stuff pretty much works. A percentage of it, or most of it, works pretty much. There's also a way to include extra settings, like download pictures and home group and everything else, and all the other stuff in the start menu itself. There's a way to see all the different apps. I mean, look, it's not bad. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's pretty impressive so far. I'm not saying it's bad. I don't like. There's certain things I like about it, and there's certain things I don't. At the end of it, I'll be with the argument that yes, there's certain things I'm going to rant about because, there was a lot of stuff that I really liked in Windows 8.1. But that was me. I mean, that was just how Windows 8.1 was. I did really like Windows 8.1 as a system. What else you got here? So we'll go to OneDrive, up to date. I mean, look, as I said, most of these, pretty much every app that I've thrown at it from Windows 8 works pretty fine on this. So, no big issues. I'm pretty impressed so far with everything and how it works. I'm pretty impressed with the way that it does work, but I'm also unimpressed with the fact that they couldn't even get the damn drivers ready for my video cards. And yes, there was some issues with video card drivers not updating using the NVIDIA service and then updating doubling over on Windows, which, to be honest, don't think I had that problem. I don't think that was my issue. My issue was more that I could not fucking run my games. I can run my games, but I can only run them on 1440p. I want to run them on 4K. I don't want to have to fucking, I don't know, it just annoys me to have to wait to run everything I want on 4K. I mean, I can run my fucking desktop on 4K, but I can't run my fucking games on 4K? What the fuck's that shit? I could do that in Windows 8, no problem, so that sort of annoyed me. No, that did fucking annoy me. That was just fucking, that was bullshit in my mind. You should have had it pretty much fucking ready, guys. It's the next generation operating system. It should be 4K ready. So you got that. GeForce Windows 10. As I said, look, I downloaded that driver. I downloaded it, and everything was working. And look, at the end of it, I'm sort of with the driver. I mean, I'm sort of with it as well. But I'm also like, well, okay, what the fuck? Seriously, I don't know. Just I don't look. Put it this way: I don't hate everything about the operating system. It's not as if I hate everything. I just hate certain aspects. Mainly because of the inconvenience of some of those aspects cause to my productivity level because I was so used to doing certain things in Windows 8.1. So, yeah, that's about the only annoyance that I'm having at the moment. And then, of course, my internet has to fail the exact same fucking week, and my internet dies out. It's almost like everyone who's downloading, I don't know, on my network in my area, was pretty much downloading fucking Windows 10, so, yeah. Anyway. So, pretty much, agreeances. Oh, look, I will agree, it's a good operating system. It's pretty solid so far. I'm pretty impressed with most of the features that I'm seeing. But I'm also I'm a little unimpressed with some of the features that didn't quite make it there, or aren't quite there yet, and they should have been there if this is considered an RTM release. So, yeah. Okay. At the end of it, I'm going to say, it happens. Shit happens, life happens. I've taken advantage of the free upgrades, which has been great. It's been fantastic. So, upgraded everything I could. That's cool. And at this point, I'm just waiting for the updates to be rolled out, or some of the updates to be rolled out, obviously, to fix a few of the issues that they're having with Windows. So this... Oh, my fucking God. In conclusion, I just think it's bullshit that they should have actually had the system more ready than it was initially, and it would have been nice if they just could have had it more ready. Now, I mean, I've been trying to sort of find my inner peace lately and be calmer, but I mean, the last few fucking weeks I've had so much shit happen, in the sense of bad shit happening and just, negative shit, whether it be certain things happening in computer sense and stuff like that, that I've just gone, holy fuck, can the world, can you just get fucking fucked in the ass 5 ways from Sunday, every possible way, in the computer sense of things. I'm like, what the fuck? But I digress. I'll leave it for now. I've got everything working that I need to work. And I'm pretty happy with the end result of getting everything to work. I am. I'm honestly extremely happy. And as long as that works, well, you know, as long as I've got everything working now and everything seems to be functioning to a normal level, and I've actually got everything that I need to sell now and everything functions. I mean, you know, I had a failed chip drive, a failed chip drive that didn't quite fucking work. And that went back, and I got the money back on that, and I've redone that. The only thing I did do in this room, I did do in my actual workspace in my room, is I changed the power supply, or the power board out. There was a 10 stack power board, with like surge protection and everything else, and all that other stuff. This, basically, is a surge, or they're surge protected. I swapped them on both sides of the room, because I figured, to get the maximum out of everything that I want to get out of it, you know, it's better to have the maximum amount of power board voltage I can have. On top of that, you know, there's also a $3,000 cover thing on it as well, warranty sort of thing, if for example, you know, something burns out while you're using these. This is the reason I use surge protectors, people, just because of the fact that it saves your power supplies so often and so much. So yeah. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there for now. Thank you very much, YouTube. Like, favourite, and subscribe to my channel. Obviously, when I get my YouTube videos up and running again, I mean, I'm sort of now. I'm uploading one at the moment, but I'm fucked if I know how long it's going to take to get on there, because it is a pretty big fucking video. And that's the reason I'm sort of doing these new videos now, to sort of emphasise how I've had a little bit of work. I've had a few weeks of just bad shit happening, and, you know, negative shit happening. And I guess it's also a factor, maybe I wasn't concentrating fully on some things and I wasn't always focused. Maybe my focus level was on something else, or maybe I was just sort of, you know, I don't know, just, maybe my head was a bit off in the clouds in some respects, I don't know. But I mean, I'm not doing too bad now, you know. I did have a bit of issues with, remember my girlfriend, I mean, we're still talking to each other, we're still friends. We did break. Well, we sort of broke up technically for a while, and it's not. I mean, we're still connected, but we've both got issues that we have to work on in our life. I've got some things that I've got to work out in my life. She's got some stuff she's got to work out in her life. And at the end of it, you know, there's things that she's got to. We both have stuff to do, and we both have stuff to find in our own lives that you know, needs adjustment. Pretty much. That's pretty much the plan. I mean, that's pretty much the plan for me. I'm just going to find myself and find my center, as it were. Find my inner peace, because that's mostly what I've been trying to do. But the fucking last few weeks has not helped me find my inner peace at all. The last few weeks has been absolutely awful for fucking trying to find my inner peace. Jesus Christ, I wanted to rip shit up. I wanted to smash shit. I mean, I felt like that. I haven't actually done it, but my point is I felt like that, and I felt like, you know, tearing some fucking technicians a new one. And I've tried to keep my calm and keep myself as calm as possible. But I mean, when it's just come to my job, I'm just going, fuck me sideways. Can people fuck you up the ass any more than they already have been in respects to that stuff? And I'm just like, fuck me, really? Wow. Like, what the fuck? I'm sorry, I swear there's a lot of dumbasses in this world. Oh, I don't know, maybe it's just certain parts of Australia, I don't know. Anyway, my point that I'm trying to make is, I'm doing my best here, I'm dealing with it as it comes, and I'm just saying, fuck it. Let's just clear the slate, move on, let's go forward, and see how we go. This is simply what I want to do, and this is simply how I want to do it. It's the best thing for me, because if I don't, I'm just going to hold on to that anger and get let that stuff bitter me up too much again, and then I'm going to get bitter again, and then I'm going to get pissed off, and then I'm going to blame everything on the world, you know, and I'm going to feel that way. So fuck it. I'm not going to feel that way anymore. I'm just going to feel the way I want to feel. I'm going to centralize everything to my own needs, and I'm going to be maybe a little selfish. I don't know. Maybe I will be a little selfish. I think there's nothing wrong with being a little selfish, because you know, at the end, you've got to be able to look after yourself as well as whether it be your business or whatever you want to do, whether your YouTube channel or things of that nature. You got to be able to do that. You got to be able to compartmentalize things. So I'm going to step away and I'm just going to fuck it. This is what direction I'm going in. It's all good. Okay. So, staying in that focus, I'm going to say to people that I will be making more videos shortly, and stay tuned to my channel, my Twitch. Was it Twitch TV? So where we got Twitch TV? Let's see, Twitch, Facebook, Google Plus, Instagram. There's also PayPal if you want to make donation to my tech hobby and stuff. What else is there? There's what else have we got? Is there anything else? I'm trying to think whether there's anything else in actual fact that you might be able to use. What have we got? Let's see. Yeah, like just subscribe to those services and subscribe to my channel. And if you're interested in some of my stuff, just stay tuned. I've got more coming up. At this point, I'm annoyed. I've had a bit of back pain and joint pain, and I'm not feeling 100% lately. All right. I mean, I'm feeling okay, but I think it's because I've been holding my fucking anger in. That's the problem. That's part of the issue, and I think because I've been holding that anger back, I think because of so much shit that's been going on, especially when it comes to negative stuff in my job lately, that I've, fucking, wow, I've just, yeah, fuck, I don't know. I think that's part of the problem. So, from now, I'll just see if I can get a release occasionally and just rant about shit and randomly go off about stuff, you know what I mean, at the end of it, fuck it. I'm going to need to clear my head at some point. Alright, anyway, thank you very much, YouTube. Stay tuned for more of my videos in the future. I've got plenty more coming up. I'll do some more gaming videos as well. And, yeah. Thank you very much, and catch you YouTube. Bye.